All right, all right. We're getting close to starting here. Mike, I guess leave your video on. You're on mute right now. Make sure you got.
Can you hear me okay, sir?
I can. We're gonna have a little bit of a challenge. We'll get through it tonight. A little technical difficulties. We'll get through it.
Yeah, slight technical difficulty. We blew up the platform where we do the Zoom. Hey, but we're streaming live on Facebook right now. So for everyone that is joining in, we had a major technical difficulty tonight where we typically do our Zoom. That got deleted, meaning the ID number 841-677-481, a number many of you know by heart, a number I know by heart, because we've been doing Zooms there for years. Some of that got deleted. Well, then Zoom randomly assigns you a new number. So we'll get a new number and all of you guys will memorize the new number and everything will be great. But for tonight, we're all like, what happened? So we had to grab a new number. We are streaming on Facebook. So some of you that got the text message, you're here live with us on Zoom. Others are going to get it on Facebook. Some will get it on the replay. But nonetheless, the show goes on. We have an incredible Zoom for you guys tonight. We got obviously all kinds of announcements, all kinds of updates, all kinds of rank advancements. We're going to be doing a live raffle, something we've never done before with Mr. Josh Hart tonight. That's going to be exciting. We're going to be giving away all kinds of prizes, Bitcoin, Ethereum, and you're going to watch Google in real time pick the winner. I mean, pretty cool technology there. So what I want to do real quick, without any further ado, is get out of the way and turn this over to Mr. Mike Oliver, who's at the corporate office and every week comes on and tells us about all the incredible people out there making it happen. And understand that if you want to be, someone that's rank advancing and, and moving up the ladder, it all starts by helping, the newest person. Just go out there and get their 3 and then help that person, maybe become a 1-star, become a 2-star. So, I mean, this is really the true moment of our company where we celebrate those of you that have gone out there and taken action. So with that, Mike, I turn it over to you, my friend.
I appreciate that, Todd. Thank you very much. And now I guess I'm going to have to memorize a new code for our Zoom coming in the future, huh?
We'll text it to you.
Oh, wait a second. Am I muted? Can you hear me okay?
You sound great.
Oh, I sound good?
You sound good.
Okay, great. Seems like there must be a little delay there. Anyway, yeah, we're going to get started here with our latest directors. These are the most current rank advancements. And I'm just going to go ahead and read our latest directors. Shaji Hayat, Mate Beza Silva, Maria Carmen Montes Diaz, Daniel Colasante, Chaji Fawad, Areli Arab, Hamasu Ango, Lourdes Vasquez, Dimangal Severine, Abildakar Balarbi, Larbi Zabatu, Akira Koshima, Kenza Arab, and Ines Sotagunya. Congratulations to all of our new directors. And like Todd said, then you rank advance to the next step, which is 1-star director. And I'm going to go ahead and read the most current 1-stars. Adeline Martel, Estelle Seegers, Frederic Dubaz, Agatha Tiena, Coraline Simone, Laura Fabres, Joseph Kega, Judia Rokatobi, Letitia Torrante, Kenneth Curtis, Chaji Hayat, Juan Marquez, Rokaya Ambriet, Emil Joana del Silva, Driss Sarab, Jordi Alvarez Matora, Tim Howard, Aladito Kamara, and Kayla Young. She's part of that Deborah Taylor team. So anyway, I was talking to Kayla earlier today. So congratulations to all of our 1-stars. And then we had a couple of 2-stars we want to celebrate. That's Marvin Jean Baptiste Simone. Congratulations to you, Marvin Jean. Thank you for your leadership. And Patalicio Palagua. Congratulations to you, Patalicio. And we thank you for your leadership. Congratulations on going 2-star. And one of the hardest ranks to hit, but it can be it can be obtainable. And then 4-star, of course, is after this one. That's 3-star director. Once you hit 3-star, it's a cakewalk to 4. And that's MLA Sanchel. Congratulations to you, MLA, on hitting 3-star director. That's a great accomplishment. So Todd, I'm going to go ahead and turn it back to you now.
All right, I appreciate that, Mikey. Well, I'm on Facebook right now, congratulating some of the people. You can see all the loves and the hearts and things are going crazy over there and everyone's celebrating everyone, especially because we had a couple of people you mentioned, obviously Kayla Young, who's on our Zooms all the time. She's traveled. She's taken her granddaughter on an incredible trip, but she does a testimony for us on a regular basis. Just so proud to see Kayla. Kenneth Curtis, another guy that's been on a bunch of our calls, in addition to everyone else. You start naming names, you're going to forget about people. But anyway, congratulations to all of you out there. What I want to do now is take this over to Josh Hart, who a lot of you have met probably via, the live chats we do for customer support, things of that nature. But he's the guy that makes things happen over there at the home office, and everyone gets their stuff and keeps the machine running and paychecks out the front door. So this guy should be your best friend. But tonight, he's going to do a live raffle with Google technology. So this is going to be fun. So without any further ado, Joshua, take it away.
Awesome. Can you guys hear me?
You sound great.
Awesome. Well, I got to say, we had a lot of rake advancements, and it has to do with our promotion that we had in March. We had a lot of success, and it's a lot of fun seeing the growth we had as a company. I remember back in the day when my father started this company up in the second stairs basement, and I was bussing tables at a restaurant. He was telling me about the opportunity, and where we've gone in the last couple of years has been amazing. I remember we would have weeks where we would sign up 15 people, 20 people, and everyone would be jumping up and down and saying, oh yeah, this is the week. This is a good week. There's a lot of growth. And in the month of March, we had over 3,000 people come into our business. And it's pretty amazing. It really is. It's truthfully incredible. We had a lot of people coming all over different countries. And we had a raffle, our March Madness raffle, where if you signed up anyone who was an FX trader, a titanium, or a platinum member, you got entered in the raffle. And there's 5 prizes. So let me see if I can share my screen. I'm going to talk about the prizes real quick. So there's 5 prizes. We're going to have 1,000 travel points for getaways. We're going to have 20,000 loyalty points, $200 in Bitcoin, $200 in Ethereum, and the final prize, a free world tour. I got to tell you, there's a couple world tours that caught my eye. If you guys don't know, I have a little newborn. I got 3 kids. So I got a 5-year-old, I got a 3-year-old, and I got a 6-week-old. So if I didn't have a 6-week-old, I'd be going to a couple world tours. The Jamaica one looks cool, the Dubai one, but the Cancun one, that's the one I really wanted to go to. But maybe next year when my kids grow up a little bit more, we'll go take a family trip. So I'm going to go ahead and switch this over, and we're going to do the raffle. So I have all the names in. We got 3,229 people that has the opportunity of winning. So the first prize is going to be the 1,000 travel points for the getaways. Drum roll, please. Let's do it. Da-da-da. Awesome. This is a 6-digit ID number. So that means it's somewhat of a new person who just joined our company. They're going to get 1,000 travel points uploaded into their back office. ID number 393354. And Galay Manor. If I pronounce that wrong, I am sorry. I'm terrible with names. But congratulations, you got 1,000 travel points. You can actually use that on a world tour coming up this year, or you can bank those points. You can use it on a getaway coming up this year as well. All right, the next drawing is going to be 20,000 loyalty points. These loyalty points, they're used on your exclusive travel site. So you can use them on your airfare, your car rental, your cruises, your hotel stays. They go a long way. They really do. Who's going to win? Let's find out. Boom. Sandrine. Congratulations, Sandrine. 2252592. We're going to go ahead and upload 20,000 loyalty points to your back office. All right. The next person is going to get $200 in Bitcoin. And Bitcoin, that's a good one. Bitcoin has been going up the last couple months. So we're going to go ahead and pick a winner for the Bitcoin. Lucille Tutin, congratulations. ID number 66767. You just got $200 in Bitcoin. That's awesome.
And that could actually be close to $1,000 by the end of the year, Josh, with the way Bitcoin's going. So,
exactly. Before this, I was talking to Mike Oliver. I was saying, hey, Bitcoin or Ethereum, those are the ones I might want, because that should be quite a lot of money if you let that sit. That's for sure. The next winner is going to be Ethereum. Lucretia Jeffrey, congratulations, ID number 86803. We're going to go ahead and reach out to you tomorrow too. We're going to go ahead and get your wallet, and we're going to send you over $200 of Ethereum. And here is for the last drawing. This is one of my favorite ones for sure. I love traveling. I've gone to a couple world tours, gone a couple getaways, and done a lot of travel the last couple of years because of this company. And let's go ahead and select this winner, and you're going to reach out to us.
So let me get this right. So whoever gets this is going to get the grand prize, which is a world tour. There's an opening. You could go to Hawaii. You can go to Cancun. I mean, there's all kinds of different places. You just got to pick one that has space, and somebody's going to get their way down there and can get their accommodations taken care of. So anyway, I'll let you do it. I think I'm excited about this one.
Oh, definitely. Let's go ahead and pick a winner. Lucille Turkey, congratulations. You just won a free world tour. We're going to reach out to you tomorrow, let you know that you won the free world tour. Just you have to pick a world tour that is not sold out. That's the only thing. All right. Well, it was a lot of fun. I love coming on here. I'm going to start showing up a lot more. It was a lot of fun. It's a pleasure. And you guys had an incredible month. 3,229 people came in the month of March. Isn't that amazing, Todd? Remember those days where it was 10, 15 people a week and we were all getting excited going, oh, let's just keep growing. Let's keep duplicating. It's incredible.
I'll never forget the day we celebrated. We had 20 in one day. Like,
yeah, definitely. So it was a lot of fun.
Josh, the live raffle. I mean, this is incredible. I mean, obviously Josh went out and found, the technology that does this, and they had to upload the whole data, the database of all the people who qualified, right? But then to watch this thing randomly select, whoever the winner is going to be, that's really, really cool, Josh. I mean, my hat's off to you. By the way, the countdown, so many of you guys watch that we do almost every night, that Josh found that. So a lot of you guys see that countdown, and whether it's Deborah Taylor, we had one for Danny Seguinall, who did an incredible training on Saturday. So if you guys missed the training on Saturday, Danny was on there. I mean, Danny's always on fire. It was absolutely incredible. We streamed it to the Facebook page. So if you missed it, just go back to the Facebook page and you can watch it. But Josh, thank you so much for everything you do.
Definitely.
Oh, big hearts going for you out here. There've been people like, man, we love Josh. We love Josh. Josh is awesome. Josh is great. So you got a fan club.
I love you all. Love you all for sure.
All right. And with that, I guess we will take it to the main event. We have our C1 founder here, as we do every single week. And, it's kind of amazing as, Josh is talking about the growth of the company. He was talking about when you were first starting it, and he was working at a restaurant. And we were talking about obviously just trying to get past certain milestones. And, and a lot of times we celebrate the fact that you were a finalist for Entrepreneur of the Year, recognized by one of the most prestigious financial publications in the United States, Inc. magazine. You're obviously done it in traditional business, which is huge. In fact, we had a gentleman come on board into our company recently, and the guy's got a massive background. I mean, he's been a top 5 income earner in several different companies. You're going to be hearing a lot about Tim as we move forward, but that was one of the things that really impressed him was Dave Hart's background. I mean, the fact that he's been an entrepreneur in traditional business, he's gone to the very top in the direct selling industry. The fact that his company is now going into its 9th year. Anyone that's been around the space, I mean, there's not much else you really need to say other than we're in our 9th year and people are getting paid on time, every time. We just went through a global pandemic. And we are bigger today than we were 12 months ago. We're in the travel space, and that pendulum's about to swing back the other way. I mean, we are about to boom. I mean, in a big way. The FX is catching on in a massive way. So absolutely good times, Mr. David Hart, and I congratulate you and your leadership.
Fantastic. Todd, thank you for the introduction. It's always so kind. And tonight's webinar tonight, or Zoom that we're doing, we're just going to go back and forth between one another and kind of chat about some different subjects tonight, and bring value to our partners here that are listening in. Go
It's
ahead.
funny because I know one of the subjects you want to talk about. I happened to listen to a podcast earlier today with Brian Carruthers. Man, Brian's a guru in our space and made 40 million. Of course, you know Brian. I mean, the guy's got a work ethic that just doesn't quit. And Brian be the first to tell you he's not the most talented guy. He's not a gifted public speaker. He's not a rah guy, but he's just consistent. But he did this video that I watched tonight. That was, why do you want to be an entrepreneur? And it's funny because he goes back to that, cash flow quadrant that we talk about almost every night on our presentations about, why do you want to be an entrepreneur? Why is what we are all embarking upon so important? And it's easy to take for granted. Because you join a company, it's only $49 to be a partner, right? And maybe I bought an FX trader for $99. It's so easy to take this lightly. It's so easy to kind of dismiss it and not really appreciate what you truly have in your hands.
That's exactly, and that's the conversation or the thought process that I want to talk about tonight. And, I guess I'd have to, since my adult life, I've been an entrepreneur my whole life. I've been a business owner. And I remember starting my first company. And I used to do in my early 20s, I was in the car wash and detail business. That was my background. Gosh, and that's see, I'm 55 today, so that was 35 years ago plus when I started that business. And I have to tell you that I remember having to pay for a van, a couple $20,000, and buying all the equipment, another $12,000. And before too long, and I bought 3 of those to get started. And I was well over $100,000 in investment before I even turned $1 in profit. And then on top of that, every single day I had to go out and drum business up. I paid for advertising. I had constant overhead in that business. I had employees. I had, everything that goes along with owning a business. And, the first year, you had to work really hard to be profitable like you do in any business. There's no guarantee that you're going to be profitable. But when you compare it to the kind of business that we have here today at Trevorium and what people get, we have literally spent millions and millions and millions of dollars on our platform, putting this business together as a company. We're debt free, but we've invested millions of dollars into our company to be able to provide the type of services that we have for you today to go out and market, the value proposition that we bring. And literally for $49, annual renewal fee, $49 a year, you're in business. You pick the membership, you find value in that membership, whether it's making money for FX Trader and learning that platform and that marketplace, or whether it's you like to travel and have fun and make money and travel. Either way you go, you can't lose with the memberships that we have in place. But one of the things I'll share here tonight is that even when we started that business, and it became very successful, we had the largest mobile detail business in all of California at a very young age. And I was one of the guys that started that industry, the mobile car wash and detail industry. And, it was work. It was a lot of work. And it was a large investment, and you had to stay after it. But the limit or the cap of income that I could make from that business was really limited to how many cars that I could detail in a day or how many cars that were available to me in the marketplace. And I pretty much owned the marketplace in all the different cities that we had our business advertising in. There was nobody bigger than us. But it was challenging. There's so many obstacles that you do not have to overcome here with Trevorium. One of them is the capital to get started in our company is nil. Can you sacrifice a meal with your family out at the steakhouse one night? If you can do that, you can be in business with us pretty easily. If you can, this business, you can work it within your own hours. Many of you today went out and worked a job, a career, or worked your business that pays your bills, and tonight you're doing a conference call and you're marketing your Trevorium business. Our company allows you and this model allows you the flexibility to work hours, different hours. You can allocate time on your schedule. If you're willing to persevere, if you're willing to give up some of your schedule and make your Trevorian your second, your plan B, your Trevorian business a priority, you can find success with us. So you can work this business in your own hours, and which what that does is it reduces the financial risk that you have to take because you have your what you do for a living that pays your bills. So I believe that's a true asset, and you know, network marketing gives the average person the ability, the little guy, to be in business for a minimal amount and be able to work around their schedule. The other is the tax, from a tax perspective, the money that you can save by running and operating your own home-based business. You know, 97% of the people out there are W-2 wage earners. And as a W-2 wage earner, you don't have any of the tax advantages that are available to you from the IRS tax code. And guess what? When you start your own business here, you're going to be able to open yourself up to new tax breaks, because you have a 1099, a Schedule C. You're going to be able to, my son's waving over at me. You're going to be able to create some tax deductions and write off a percentage of your spending that you allocate towards business, whether it's some square footage on your house, your cell phone, your internet. If you do have to travel and you want to go investigate a place where you want to send your customers or clients or tell them about, there's all kinds of things that you can do legally, morally and ethically, and take advantage of the tax code to create tax deductions, which means that you're going to pay less money on your paycheck every month if you choose to. And I would tell you to get with a tax professional and find out all the advantages from running and operating your business. The other thing that I like is that it's a turnkey, done for you business, meaning that we provide all the marketing websites, we provide the marketing videos, and we're constantly innovating and doing new things. I don't know if you guys have seen stories.trevorian.com. That's one of our newest websites that you could send people to, and that's where people are giving testimonials on the world tours that they've gone on, or the getaways. There's just so many things. And Todd, you know, I'm going to throw it back to you here for a second, because tonight we're going off the cuff. And I know I probably left out a few advantages, and I know that you can relate because you, as a young entrepreneur, I mean, we kind of have like the same path into the network marketing industry. We both were young entrepreneur business owners. We both invested a lot of money. But then we found the advantages of running a network marketing business. So I'm going to throw it back to you for a little bit.
Yeah, it does parallel. In fact, for those of you who don't know, my wife and I are actually authoring a chapter in a book that's coming out pretty soon. It's kind of a chicken soup for the soul type of a book, but it's a bunch of different network marketers that have, you know, done this or done that. And of course, I kind of tell my own personal journey, but, you know, as a young entrepreneur, I got started when I was 13, and my dad helped me start a lawn and landscape company. And you know, we went out and bought a little John Deere 111 tractor, which, you know, by the way, you know, didn't even have hydrostat. For those of you know that knows what that means, it means it was kind of like a stick shift, if you will. That little tractor had a 36-inch deck, which means you weren't going to cut a whole lot of grass, right? It didn't have a zero turn. You had to use the steering wheel, which means it was, you know, slow to turn around, meaning that you were pretty limited in how many yards you could cut. That wasn't right anymore. I mean, it was more than, you know, having to push, but I mean, we had to spend, even in 1983, and I did a training on this just recently, where I actually put up a picture of that mower and the cost of it back in 1983. It was $2,100. And then you had to go buy a push mower, which is $500. You had to buy a weed eater, you know, a gas powered weed eater, and a gas powered, you know, backpack blower. That's another $500. You had to get a trailer. That's $1,400. You had to get some insurance. You had to get letterhead and business cards, and you haven't cut the first lawn yet. You know, I mean, you're out thousands of dollars. You hadn't even cut the first lawn. You know, and then we started kind of growing that business, and we kept, you know, every time you make money, you don't get to go spend that money. You got to, you know, pay off the equipment, and then you're trying to procure more equipment to grow the business. And then next thing you know, they keep raising the insurance. Next thing they got employees, there's workman's comp, there's unemployment insurance. I mean, they have all these kind of different things that are starting to come along where these, you know, the additional expenses that happen. Well, next thing you know, our company got big enough that, I'm running 2 trucks and 2 trailers out of our home. Well, the neighbors didn't think that was a great idea. So they called zoning, said, hey, this guy's running a business out of a residential neighborhood. And next thing I got to go rent a shop. Now I got this overhead of, I got these big overhead doors. Of course, I thought that was cool, but now I'm spending thousands per month and, overhead. And then I had to buy desks and all this other kind of stuff. And it just never ends. And next thing you know, we borrowed $100,000 from the Small Business Administration. At our height, we had 10 trucks, 25 employees. And the bigger we got, the harder I worked, and the harder I worked, it seemed like the less we made. I mean, it was like, like, let me up, and so it's like, I had 2 full-time mechanics. And so when I got invited to my very first presentation for direct selling, I mean, the guy was in front of the room, Dave, and he, was making 60 grand a month. He'd been the number 2 realtor in the state of Illinois. And so, you kind of had some credibility. Here he was making 60 grand a month with no employees, no warehouses, no bookkeeping, no mechanics, no equipment replacement cost, right? He doesn't have to ship anything, mail anything, account for anything, deal with the unemployment people, the payroll tax people, none of it. And I'm like drooling all over myself. I'm thinking, who wouldn't do this? Especially when you compare that you can make so much more money with that business. Getting started, like you said, give up a meal. I mean, for $149, you're in business with us, and you can build a business around the world that's creating you money 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. You cannot do that in the lawn care business. You cannot do that in the wax business, right? I mean, you got to physically be out there doing the work. I mean, you're an entrepreneur, but you're still pretty much capped, and you got this huge capital expenditure and all this risk. I mean, there's just no comparison when you put them side by side.
It's funny. I was just thinking, because you're triggering my mind when you're telling your stories, right? And I was thinking about, I remember after about 6 years of business, and we had invested, of course, a lot of money in that business, and I was working 5-6 days a week, and you're always hustling, and we became very successful. It was a very successful endeavor. And I remember opening up the Yellow Pages one day, and looking in the Yellow Pages, there was 10 of my competitors in the Yellow Pages. And I had trained them all. In other words, I poured out my heart and soul. I taught them the trade, showed them all the tricks, basically gave them the model on how to be successful in running a business.
Now they're stealing your customers.
And now they're stealing my customers, and that's probably one of the attributes I like about Trevorium, is that, hey, you can pour your heart and soul into people and help them become successful. And you don't have to worry about them going out competing against you. You don't have to worry about them becoming your competitor or stealing your position, right? You just serve other people, you help them become successful, you show them to the best of your knowledge. And then you obviously have your upline there to help you. That's something that I think that Todd would be great to talk about, being mentored, having mentors to follow. But the advantages of that, hey, when that person's on your team, I mean, they're connected to the business and all the members, the entire team. And it's in the free enterprise system, I don't think there's a truer business model that you can be involved in. So I'll let you take it over there on the subject of having mentors to help teach you and guide you in the industry, in our company, Trevorium.
Yeah, and as you mentioned, you finished with there's not a better a better model out there, and part of that is when you look at traditional business in the governing principles of a traditional business, even in corporate America, if you're a big sales manager and you see someone like Jamal and Christoph, these 2 young whippersnappers that are coming along and they're aggressive and they're trying to make sales, And at first it's kind of exciting, right? But then suddenly you're like, whoa, these guys are moving up the ladder so quickly. I don't want to teach them everything I know, because next thing I know, the company might give them my job and I'm going to be out on the street. And so I'm kind of holding back everything I know. Or if you do like Mr. David Hart did, where he's training people, next thing you know, neither is the competition. In our industry, it's different. You want to teach that person below you everything because the bigger they get, the bigger you get, because you get a little piece of the action. And so the principles that govern our industry are far superior to that than of traditional business. And traditional business, it's always based on win-lose. My company got the contract, your company didn't. I got the promotion, you didn't. My team won, your team didn't. Everything you can think about in the traditional world is based on win-lose. Here, the only way to win is to help someone beneath you win. It's based on win-win. If I were to go out and sponsor, Tim, who I just sponsored, right? Unless I help Tim go out and become a success, he's not going to stick around. And why I didn't sponsor Tim so I could make $50, right? I mean, the advantage here is that you want to take someone and teach them everything you know and help them duplicate, help them build a business that grows around the world. I want to give everything I got, to the new person that wants to build a business and help them succeed. That's the only way to win. So it's based on win-win, which gets into the mentorship. Here you got several people above you that have had success in our business. Whether that's Mr. David Hart, whether that be me, whether it be Daryl Marie or Danny Seguinall, or pastors Guy and Deborah Taylor, or Pastor Mel Keys, or all the other great leaders. I mean, you got Jamal and Christoph, where you're teaching people with the Forex stuff. I mean, there's all kinds of different mentors. There's different Facebook pages where, again, we're a Trevorian family. We are Trevorian proud, and we're here to help each other and lift each other up and celebrate each other's successes. It was great tonight watching all the hearts and all the love and all the stuff that went out for all the different rank advancements. Some of you are on the Zoom tonight, or even for having Josh on here, right? And it's having that level of mentorship where you're doing this together. You're reading the books together. You're doing the Zooms together. You're doing the Saturday training with Danny Seguinall this past week together. The week before was Daryl Maria Roberts. You did that together. You're embarking upon a lifelong process of personal development. Now, this is an industry that's based on improving you, becoming a better version of yourself. It's a personal development industry with a compensation plan attached. And there's countless people who are here to help you along the way in that journey. But again, if you just go back and compare what we do, why is it necessary? Well, can I get rich at my job? No. Can I get the lifestyle I want from my job? No. If you want to know where you're going to be at your job 5 years from now, simply look at someone who's doing your current job 5 years longer than you've been doing. And you're like, that is not where I want to be. And keep in mind that when you go out there and you share our business, you're going to get a lot of critics. You're going to get a lot of people squawking and talking and, little jibs and jabs and family that think you're crazy and all those other kind of things. But understand that if you buy someone else's opinion, you are buying their lifestyle. Now, most people, I've seen their lifestyle. I ain't buying their lifestyle. I'm buying Mr. David Hart's lifestyle. I'm buying Danny Seguinall in Mexico for 37 days lifestyle. I'm buying Daryl Maria Roberts, who are traveling all over the country, watching their son play baseball, able to do what they want, when they want, with whom they want, because they want, anytime they want. I'm buying their lifestyle. I'm buying Pastor Deborah and Guy Taylor. I've seen how many different trips they've gone on. I see Pastor Deborah Taylor go from 1-star, 2-star, 3-star, now a 4-star. You got Guy who's a 2-star, that makes them a 6-star. And so they get that double income coming in. I'm buying their lifestyle. I've seen Jamal and Christoph trading what they're doing, right? I've seen Jeff Miner make $22,000 in a week trading. I'm buying his lifestyle. I ain't buying the guy that, that can't even pay the light bill next month. I'm buying his lifestyle. And so when you compare, like, man, can I get ahead with a job? Probably not. Is it easy to start my own business? Well, you're hearing from me and Mr. David Hart. No, it's not easy. You got to put up huge capital, takes all your time. You got to go all in. You can't just keep the job and then just do your, the wax business on the side. You can't keep your job and do the lawn landscape business on the side. No, you got to go, I got to choose. Right here, you don't have to choose. Here, you can keep your job, do this on the side, but this pays way more than having a wax business, having a landscape business. It pays way more than having a Subway franchise or a McDonald's franchise. We've gone through some of those numbers recently. And when you start to look at what we have and what it is we do, every day, your only job is to go out there and share the story with a few people. Your job is to become a product of the product. Well, what's the product? Travel? You tell me I got to go to resorts as part of my job and have fun? Yeah, that's part of your job. Go out and become a product of the product. Learn how to trade on your phone and make some money. Just start off with a demo account, but learn how to do it. And you can do it in minutes per day. And so again, when you look at what it is we do, it doesn't take a lot of time. We are the ultimate lifestyle company, but it can take you places you've never dreamed of.
Yeah, that saying, Todd, in the industry, we've heard so many times, when you first get started in our business, or when you first really make the mental decision, because I believe that when sometimes people say, yeah, I'm in the business, but they never really are in. They never really do the action steps that are required to be successful in anything you do.
Yeah, Ryan loves that statement. It's the two most important days, the day you get in the business, the day the business gets in you.
Right. And when you make that decision, say, okay, I'm in it. Now I'm going to do those action steps with my passion, my heart, and I'm going to lay it out there and I'm going to go for it. That's when things can start to happen for you. And when you first get started in this business model, you're probably not going to get paid what you're worth out of the gate. But we have a very aggressive comp plan early in the plan that can put money in your pocket. And with just doing some of the simple steps that you do over a period of time, you can create success in our business. But I love the statement says at the beginning, you're probably not going to get paid what you're worth. But sometime around the middle, we're going to pay you what you're worth. And then by the end, we're going to pay you
more than you're worth.
more than you're worth. You're going to get paid more than you're worth. So
I bet you get paid more than anybody's worth.
right. So, we got to, our business model is about showing people how to definitely create lifestyle. I got a very good friend of mine that he's actually invested in our company to help get it started. And he's a very successful dentist. He's made a lot of money. And I can't just call him up and go, hey, this Wednesday, I'm going to go play golf. You want to go golfing with me? He's got, well, hold on. I got patients I got to see. I can't break away on my schedule to be able to do that. He has a very successful dentistry business, but it owns him. So, time is a key thing to have on your side. And one of the attributes of this model is that we're going to show you how to not only make money, but have eventually control of time.
And I think that, some of what we're covering tonight is that, part of it is, going back to the statement that there's 2 days, two important days in the business. Day you get in, the day gets inside of you. And sometimes if you're in the business and maybe you're frustrated or maybe you haven't rank advanced or something hasn't happened the way you want to, understand that's part of the process. I made the comment tonight that I listened to that webinar with a guy named Brian. The guy's made 40 million in our industry. He's been with the same company now for 20 years. By the way, lesson, stick around with the company, right? Actually 22 years. But his first 3.5 years in the industry, he made no money. His biggest check after 3 years in the business was like $1,100-$1,200. And I share that with you because there's a lot of people who go through that frustration. Again, me and personally, I tried to make this industry go. It took me over 2-something years to finally get a team going. And I was going after it. I was smiling and dialing and I was willing to call anybody, and so, if somebody don't know the story, but I actually tried to call some pretty famous people and recruit them. And so, I was willing to get anyone and everyone and just, and sometimes you gotta be willing to do it long enough. But when you finally figure out that, my JOB is not going to take me where I want to go. I do have big dreams and goals and desires. I want to be something more than average. I'm not probably going to get there with the traditional business. I'm not going to invent anything. I'm not going to be a famous actor, a singer. I'm not going to write a bestseller, So you start to kind of bring down your options here of, how many different options do you have to finally go out there and get ahead? Am I going to go put up $1 million for a McDonald's? And you start to kind of narrow down that list and say, you know what, maybe I should start taking this networking thing a lot more seriously, because there's people out there making $1 million a month right now in our industry. People out there making $750,000 a month, $500,000 a month, $250,000 a month, $150,000 a month, $100,000 a month, $50,000 a month, $30,000 a month. Some of you are like, Todd, I don't need that much. Fine, name your number. $2,000 a month, $7,000 a month, $10,000 a month. There's people out there all over the place, and they have total freedom. They don't have the overhead. They don't have the employees. They don't have the bookkeeping, none of it. They went out and told a few people how they can travel for pennies, how they can travel for free, how they can make money trading on their mobile phone. Might take you a while to figure that out. You might have to read the books. You might have to, make a more concerted effort. You might have to get a planner and start, planning your day. Block out time. Here's the time I'm going to build the business. Here's the appointments I've set. If I were to say, show me your planner, can you show me how many people you've talked to today, yesterday? How many people did you recruit over the weekend? Now, I could tell you that Gene and I have a booming business. Our trading's doing unbelievably well. And yet I recruited 2 people personally over the weekend. I'm still, we're just getting started. The top income earners haven't even joined our company yet. And so some of it's just, hey, am I booking appointments? Am I really out there doing the business, or am I just kind of like, in the motions, right? It's great that you're on the Zoom, right? That's a part of it. And you want to read the books. That's a part of it. But a part of it's also, if you have big goals, did you in fact talk to a few people over the weekend? Did you talk to a few people today? And are you going to talk to a few people tomorrow? And it's just doing that correct activity over and over and over and over and over and over and over. And eventually you will find those people who will take you to the promised land.
So, I mean, I believe everything is here for an individual that wants to go after it. We've got incredible marketplaces for you to sell our memberships in, whether you're talking about the travel industry, which is fun. I love the statement Daryl Roberts always says, worst case scenario, you do our business and we show you how to travel for less. You know, and now we've got all the stories coming out and the success people are having with the FX Trader product, which is the ability to really to understand how money works and how to make money on your money through foreign exchange. I just think the education alone is incredible, and we're providing tremendous trade ideas for you guys to take advantage in those markets and learn from the professionals and do what the pros do. It's in our, you know, world-class travel club. Nobody on the planet has travel like Trevorium. I mean, nobody in our space, nobody outside our space does it better than we do it here at Trevorium. When it comes to the FX Trader, I mean, it's just a professional looking back office. It works great. We have tremendous tools back there for you. And if you really want to learn that market, I mean, it's available for you. And I would encourage you to do that. It's a win-win all the way around. I want to talk about tonight our annual membership fee. You know, in 2019, we were to start the annual membership fee at $49.95. Once a year, you pay that to be in business with us. And because of COVID in 2020, we didn't roll it out. We let it go. Well, we decided that on April 23rd, the $49.95 fee has got to be paid for the annual membership, your partnership fee. And so anybody that's been in longer than a year, on April 23rd, if you want to be a partner with us, you got to pay that $49.95. It's like $4 a month, or a little more than $4 a month. And you know, what's those fees going? What is that fee going for? Well, it's your replicated website, it's your training that we provide, it's the marketing and videos that you get, it's your back office reporting system, it's your ability to earn commissions, and the list goes on and on. You can't even host your own website for $49.95 a year. So we know that it's a tremendous value, but I just wanted to get on and explain that to you tonight, that that's coming. You're going to see a pop-up window in the back office that says, hey, you know, April 23rd, if you want to pay before, you can pay it with your e-wallet. If you want to pay it with your credit card, you can do that right now. So that pop-up should come up in the next 4 or 5 days in your back office, and you'll see that. And I wanted to give you an explanation of what that was. So with that, Todd, I guess I'll give it to you for final closing thoughts, and we'll call it a wrap tonight.
Well, I saw
chat with you tonight on the Zoom. We haven't done anything like this in a long time.
Yeah, this has been fun. I saw a great quote on here from Judy Cunningham, by the way. She said, money's made to spend, memories are made to last. I mean, well put, well said, Judy. I actually screenshotted that. So I will be repeating that multiple times, but I got to tell you about the rule of 3 we have. The first time I repeat it, I'm going to quote you, which I just did. Judy Cunningham, right? The second time I repeat it, I'm going to say, I once heard. And the third time I say it, as I've always said. We call that the rule of 3 to ownership. Great stuff, Judy. For everyone out there, obviously, I've been great comparison, Mr. Hart, about you can't even host your own website for $49.95. You couldn't buy 2 filters on my tractor for $49.95. In fact, we had these big bat wing mowers, by the way. It had the big wings that came up like this at one point, and they'd snap a belt. Every time they snapped a belt, it was $100. And that was back in 1992. I mean, hard telling what that belt is today, right? And so, I mean, again, it's, we have something incredible here. The replicated website, the back office, the marketing, global markets. Your business can spread everywhere. The company does the videos, the world tours, they plan everything, all the promotions and everything else, the rank advancements, the rings, the plaques, by the way, the $8,000 watches, right? I mean, so all this stuff is done for us. And so incredible opportunity we have before us, I believe, with a combination of obviously the FX Trader, which, by the way, now encompasses, they're giving out cryptocurrency signals too. They have Bitcoin signals in there. They have Ethereum signals in there. In fact, a couple of the guys that made huge money made it on the cryptocurrency trades. And so in addition to the Forex, they got the cryptocurrency back there. That's one side of the house. On the other side of the house, we got the getaways, we got the world tours, we got the free trip incentive. We got the travel boom coming. You got this whole direct selling industry, which now crossed over 200 billion in sales on an annual basis. That makes it about 21 times the size of the National Football League, by the way. And it's only getting bigger. It's $1 trillion trend, even before COVID-19. So even without COVID-19, the direct selling industry was going to hit $1 trillion unequivocally. And because of COVID-19, you got people like my son-in-law and daughter. We just got back from Cancun with them. And of course, they were talking about how the fact they've gotten to work from home for the past year. Well, a year ago, it was like, oh, no. We have an office and yeah, we're important people. Now, like, I don't want to go back to work. I want to stay home. And so, the experience a lot of people had from working from home, it made that idea culturally popular. It's no longer this like, oh, you work from home, huh? You couldn't get a real job, huh? I mean, that's gone. Now it's like, I work from home. Oh man, that's great. I mean, everyone thinks that's awesome. So again, it's become a popular thing to do. But our kind of industry gives people that leverage so that they can actually, multiply their efforts. Because you tell a few, you mentor those people, help them mentor their people, go down line, make sure they help them mentor their people. And as you do that, the team spreads all over the world. Now you're earning income from people that you've never even met. But that's how you get that leveraged effect. So, hey, we're going to have a Zoom tomorrow night. At what ID number yet? I don't know. We're going to go get our Zoom issue figured out. For those of you that got it tuned in late, the Zoom that we normally do, 841-677-481. We've had it for years. I mean, I obviously got it memorized, right? Well, somehow or other that got deleted. We went back there tonight, like, where's our Zoom? It got deleted. And so we had to just quickly start up a new meeting. Literally 8 minutes before the Zoom started tonight, we're like, we'll stream to Facebook. We'll do the Zoom. We sent out a text message. So some of you are here, which is great. Some of you are catching this on Facebook. But it's important for you to know that number got deleted. So we'll come up with a new regular number. We'll get that out to everybody, get that email and text and all those kind of things. So we will have our call tomorrow night on a Zoom number yet unknown. The same is true with our Forex call we do Wednesday night, the call we do Daryl Marie on Thursday night, and then also the training we'll have this upcoming Saturday. So Mr. Hart, any final thoughts?
No, I think we said it all tonight. Tonight was just a great night to come on and just share from our hearts, our experience, 30 plus years of experience in business. And I love network marketing. I love people. I love what we stand for. And I know that we bring value into the marketplace, and we've got a heck of an opportunity for those people that want to go after it and get it. So with that, go get it.
Go get it. And as we sign off, I want to make one more comment because it's funny. We were in Cancun. People were talking about retirement, right? And I made the comment, Dave, I go, because I want just one more point about what we do. I made the joke, retire. Why would I ever retire? What am I going to retire from? Taking vacations? What am I going to retire from? Hanging out with my buddies? What am I going to retire from? Making a little money, trading on my phone. Sitting on my back patio, talking to you and Ryan and all the guys. Retire from what? This is retirement. This is what people dream of doing, what we do every single day. So gang, we got something special. Go out there and share it with everybody because there's countless people looking. With that, we'll see you tomorrow night. Until then, God bless. Bye, everybody.